runs our improv program, but bounces between the two as well. And then in the back, Jared just popped in. He'll be taking some photos of you guys too throughout that we use for some of the stuff that we put up on our website and stuff. So if you see him taking a photo, that's who he is. Give it up for Jared back there. Jack Deering's in the back, editing and getting everything going for your live link. Give him a big round of applause. And yeah, you guys can jump on down. I just wanted to make sure to acknowledge all of our staff and everybody who's here to just say thank you for what you do and let everybody see your faces and know who these people are as they're walking around the studio. So for today's showcase, we're going to be going through their monologues, but we're also going to be doing character interviews today. So Matt's going to be doing just like a little bit about their monologue, just asking them a few questions at the beginning. And then after that, we'll be jumping into the actual monologue that they've been working on, most of them for a couple of months, and then a few of us have just started one this month as well. So I'll pass it over to Matt. Are we live, Jack, up there?
Yeah, we're live.
All right, we're live. So let's get a big round of applause. We'll pass it off to Matt to get things going.
Okay, audience, I will talk to you directly into the camera. That way, when you watch it later, it won't be this awkward side of my face. So, welcome to our showcase. What is a showcase at the Deering Studio? Well, you should already know because we wrote up this amazing write-up in the portal that I'm sure all of you looked at. But just in case, you can imagine our program to be similar to that of club sports for acting. So the idea is like there's no trophy. There's no like we're pretending like you're gonna, get some agent in another country or something. We are developing actors here. So every quarter we showcase. So this is not showing off. We're not showing off. We're not trying to get anything from it other than a timestamp of our progress. So think of this as when the lights come on, we get to see one take. This is where I am in my progression. This is how much I understood the concepts that we worked on. If it's your first month, that's awesome because you get a timestamp of your very first month. I just got to sit through the last one as a father also and watched my daughter, who loves the movie Descendants. She got to do a Descendants monologue and she was so thrilled and her outfit was so cute and I was really proud. But I got in the car and I told her, babe, you got to look back on the first video of this quarter and reflect on your growth because it's astounding. It's like unbelievable. And that's the power of our program. It's one of the things that makes us different is that we track your progress. We've got this fancy setup that usually works. Sometimes, things go wrong, but for the most part, we have all these different camera angles. You get to track your progress. You get to do what I call watch your game tape. And this the showcase is different because you invite your friends and family. They create this little sense of false pressure so that you get to see, hey, how do I feel? How do I perform when a little bit of pressure is applied? And I believe in that concept because we can't make diamonds without pressure. So the first part of our showcase tonight is going to be me bantering with the actors just a bit. I'm going to ask them questions about their monologue because we've been working through script analysis in class, and I haven't always been in the room, but I create all the lesson plans. So I'm going to ask questions on what I think that they might know about their character, but also it will help us audience members have context on the other kids' monologues so you know where they're coming from before they perform shortly. So in the same order, we are showcasing in. First up, come on up. If I can have a staff member on camera, thank you very much. Come on up, whoever's first. Yay!
I look like Princess Peach.
And Jack, I am not most important. Thank you, sir. Hello.
Hi.
Your name, please.
Aditi.
Hi, Aditi.
Aditi. Yeah.
Aditi.
Aditi.
So, what character are you playing? What's it from?
Mia Thermopolis from Princess Diaries, which I hope you all know.
Mia Thermopolis. Princess. Okay, so tell me what's going on.
So basically, she has every 5-year-old's dream. She has a long-lost grandmother who came, tells her she's a princess, doesn't want to do it.
Is this really every 5-year-old's dream?
Yeah.
It was my 5-year-old dream.
Okay. Or
Raise your hand if it was your dream.
Hey, let's go.
None of the boys are raising their hand.
Well, I said princess.
Okay, all right.
Knight in shining armor.
Who wants to be a king accidentally? Okay, all right, couple people.
Okay.
All right, good. Keep going.
And she didn't want to do it, so she tried to run away.
Well, she didn't. So it wasn't her dream.
It wasn't her dream until she realized that it would benefit the greater majority of people in the kingdom of Genovia, which sounds like it is a pear that I think you can actually buy. I'm not quite sure.
It's a what? It's a pear?
It's a Genovian pears. It's like bald eagles for America, pretty much.
Sounds delicious. Okay. Great.
Yeah.
Anything else I need to know about the monologue? What's the moment?
I run into a big fancy thing after sitting in my convertible in the rain.
And who are you talking to?
I heard that. Basically everyone, but like fancy,
Like
very
a crowd
fancy.
of people.
Yeah, crowd of people.
Okay, and what's the point? What is she trying to get across?
It's like an acceptance speech, like accepting her place in the royal family.
Okay.
Yeah.
So something happened, a catalyst before this that made her change her mind, and she decided, I'm going to come in, I'm going to accept it?
Yeah.
Cool. I like it. Thank you. Next up. And your first name?
Lily.
Lily. So this is crazy. Her last name's Bell. And my baby daughter, who's 1 year old, is named Lilibel. So I'm like, and I call her Lily Bell all the time, so it's crazy. We had a little lesson today. So hi, Lily Bell. So tell me about your character.
My character, I just made up her name. Her name's Patricia Smith.
Yeah, sounds very good.
Yep. She was asking out, or that sounds weird. She was asking a new girl to hang out with her, and then she got rejected by the...
Yeah, what was her why?
I think the friend was, or the new girl was intimidated by...
No, what was your why for
Oh.
asking her?
The teacher wanted me to invite the new girl and make her feel welcomed.
Yeah, so why do you think the teacher would ask you to do that particular thing?
Maybe she thought that I was a welcoming student more so than others.
Yeah, probably welcoming, probably someone who's like quasi-popular, so you're someone who could help this new kid feel welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
And to your surprise,
She said no.
what? That's crazy. That's crazy. So you have a little fit, right? A little temper
Yeah.
tantrum about it, and then maybe you learn some things.
Yeah.
Who do you learn from?
My dad.
See you guys. Good lesson. All right, Lily Bell, thank you so much. Oh, and by the way, Lily she is one of those people that is so fortunate and lucky to be in her very first month here at the program. Are you too? I don't think of you as new because of the Valleywoods, but Aditi too, new to the script class. But anyway, so you may have script in your hand, and that's okay with me. All right, hello, your name?
Jordan.
Jordan. Hi, Jordan.
Hello.
Tell me your character name and what it's from.
Well, her name's Aileen. She doesn't have a last name.
Okay.
I'll-
Or you didn't make her one? You didn't
No.
create one? Okay.
We'll call her Aileen Edwards, okay?
We're going to go with that? All right.
And I got it off this random site from Google.
Okay. So it's like a standalone monologue probably.
Yeah.
Okay. So what that means when we get a standalone monologue is that it's sort of easier and sort of harder. It's easier because there's not a whole lot of background I have to research. It's harder because I have to make up all that background and I don't get anything to use for it. So tell me what did you figure out that you've decided is going on?
What I made up.
Yeah.
So, that she's an explorer, like, in the woods, like, searching for, like, a spider or something. And, like, her partner, Selby, thinks that they're gonna find it and is, like, he's, like, one of those guys that's, like, really lucky and it's, like, everything. So he, like, thinks he's gonna, like, find it,
Okay. And what is she trying to achieve in the monologue?
She's like trying to tell him that not everything's like awesome and gets handed to him, like
She's trying to bring him down to reality?
yeah.
Okay. Is she in the right or is she in the wrong?
I think she's like in the middle, cause like I think she's also like mad that like it's taking forever to like and it's like frustrated she can't like find what she's looking for, but also like he was being like very like annoying,
Maybe she could be more hopeful and he could be more realistic.
Yeah.
So maybe they could learn from each other. Sounds like a good story. All right, thank you. Next up. And your name is?
Gabriella.
Hi, Gabriella. You can just
Hi.
talk to me. Don't worry about the
yeah.
camera. Yeah, no one's here. Don't worry. Life is good. Gabriella, tell me about your character.
Her name is Aaliyah Sanchez.
Okay.
She's very
Is this from anything, or is it
No.
standalone?
you guys printed it out.
Well, we did. Okay. So blame us, right? To which I'll say blame Brian. Okay.
So she's confronting this girl about her about like what she said to her wasn't like nice,
Mhm.
and she like wants her to know that.
Okay.
And
Based upon the context of her saying it, do you think your character, like, that comes easy to your character, or is it something that is out of the ordinary for her to stand up for herself?
it's easy for her.
Okay. Okay,
But-
keep going.
But she's like she gets nervous every time she's like. It's like easy, but like she also gets nervous at the same time, you know.
Mm-mm.
No. Okay.
So if she's nervous, maybe it's not easy for her.
Well, yeah, she's used to it.
She's used to standing up for herself?
Yeah.
Okay, how come?
Because no, there's a lot of mean people in her school.
Okay. And she stands up for herself all the time?
Yeah.
Okay. So why would they pick on her if she stands up for herself all the time?
I guess like they want a reaction from her.
Okay.
They want to like get something out of her.
So what makes this moment special then? What makes this moment different than her everyday life?
Well, it's her friend.
Oh. So she's used to having to stand up for herself, but she's not used to having to stand up for herself to her about like coming
Yeah.
from her friend.
Yeah.
Okay. So what does that makes the things probably more emotional for her?
Yeah.
All right. Can't wait to hear it. Thank you. Next. Sup?
What's up? My name is Sawyer.
Hi, Sawyer. So, this is crazy. We were first. You first came here when you were how old?
Like 5. Yeah.
I hadn't seen him in all these. How old are you now?
15.
15. It's 10 years. So I got a lot more gray hair, and you got a lot taller. And I didn't even recognize you till you told me that. So it's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So Sawyer, tell me about your character. What's going on?
I just made up his name a few minutes ago. His name is Xander Eilertson.
Okay.
And
You stick with that?
huh?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
All right. Ander what?
Xander.
Xander Iverson.
Eilertson.
Xander Eilertson.
Yeah.
All right.
And he is the valedictorian of his high school, and he's giving a motivational speech.
Okay. All right. How'd he get that gig?
He's
Is that because of the good grades?
good grades,
Okay.
and he's smart.
All right. And so if he were to get his way, what impact would he have on the kids he's talking to?
They would be motivated to be like more like just to live in the moment more, I guess,
Mm.
because that's kind of what this speech is like about. Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think that was an important thing for him to get across?
Probably because maybe he spent so much time worrying about getting the valedictorian like title that he didn't get to really enjoy maybe his high school years, and he's just telling people like to enjoy like their high school years. Yeah.
All right. I like it. Thank you. Next. And your name, sir?
My name is Colt.
Hi, Colt. Your character, what's from?
It is from a one-act play called Broken Wing, and his name is Bob Wyman.
Bob Wyman.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Did you get a hold of the script?
I was not able to. So I know.
So we're making some good guesses, right?
Yes.
So
very
let's talk
well-educated
about our
guesses.
well-educated guesses that we're going with. So what's happening? What's the gist?
So the monologue is about him confronting this girl who he's gone on a date with about the fact that she's going with another guy to prom.
Mm-hmm.
And her friend is also there.
Okay. And he's... is he trying to get her to go with him?
No.
What's he trying to do?
He's just trying show that he still cares in a way. He knows that she's already chosen this other guy, so he's not bothering to kind of struggle and force her back to him. He's just showing that he's kind, he cares, probably a little bit in hopes that if that doesn't work out, she may come back to him, but mostly for his own sake, probably.
And in what way is he making this grand gesture?
He is offering to buy her prom dress.
He's offering to buy her prom dress. Yes. That is a grand gesture, sir.
Very grand gesture.
And that's why I really wanted to get a hold of this one-act play, because we don't even know
very
what's going on with this. But
interesting choice.
What's that?
It's an interesting choice.
Of course it is. And you know what? It's like, it could work. It could work. We'll find out. All right, good job, good job. Next. That was a good cut, Jack. Good job. Hello. Hello, Governor.
Hello.
Your name, please.
My name is Issa, or I guess Isabella Leota.
I like that name. That's a good one. I'll go with that. Were you going to change your name? What's going on?
What? I don't know. It's just like a nickname I go by, I guess.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Don't change your name.
It's okay. I won't.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
wasn't planning on it.
All right, cool. Anyway, let's get back to it. What's your character and what's this from?
Okay, so my character, I had to come up with her name. So her name is Elizabeth Green, but she goes by Liz.
Okay.
Okay, I'm setting the tone here.
I
Okay.
see. I hear you.
So, okay, so the monologue, it's actually a poem. So I had to shorten it. I had to adapt it, I guess. And I had to make it into a monologue because everything was rhyming and it low-key sounded like an Eminem song. So I had to change like all of it. But like same gist, I guess.
Okay. Because your arms were sweaty.
Knees weak, arms are heavy. Yeah.
There's vomit. Yeah. Okay. Good. So what's going on in this?
Okay, so basically, this is the story I came up with.
All right.
So, there's this girl, and her abusive stepfather, we'll say, he has her at gunpoint.
Oh.
And the point of the monologue is she's trying to convince him to not pull the trigger because she's already called the cops. The cops are on the way, but she needs to stall him until they get there.
Okay. So she actually did already call the cops. She's not. Does she even mention that?
She doesn't mention it, but
Because that's her internal knowledge.
Yeah.
Got
so
it.
she's kind of just manipulating him and thinking he has the upper hand until she like sees the lights and she's like, so actually I have the upper hand.
Yeah.
You're going to jail.
Smart kid.
Yep.
All right. I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next. Anybody else coming? Hello, hello.
Hello.
Your name, please.
Ava.
Ava. Hi, Ava.
Hello.
Cool. All right. So, Ava, tell me about your character. What's going on?
Okay, so my character's name that I made up for her is Emma Goldstein.
Okay.
And basically, she's just venting to her friend about how she's really sad because her dog died. And like backstory is that she's usually more of like the quieter kid, but she still has some close friends. But like she's gone the whole day and like no one's noticed how sad she's feeling. And so finally, a friend that she actually doesn't know that well comes up to her and is like, "Hey, are you okay?" And she's just vents to them about how she's really sad that her dog died. And yeah.
Okay. And did, in your mind, is she kind of mad that nobody noticed her today being sad, or?
So she is kind of mad, but she like doesn't get like, she's not the type of person to get like like really angry.
Right.
She's more the person to just like yeah, nobody noticed.
Yeah, sure. And maybe she would be the first person to notice someone else being sad.
Yeah.
And then she's kind of like, I feel like I'm laying it on pretty thick, how sad I am, and no one's noticing. Okay. So do you take it out on this other girl when you tell her, or you're just venting?
No, I'm just telling her like the story of how my dog died and like what happened that day. And I'm just like really glad that she came up to me so that I can talk to her about it.
Okay. Cool. I love it. Thank you.
Yeah.
And your name, please.
Calais.
Thank you.
I got it.
We worked on this. I got it. All right. Calais. Tell me about your character. What's going on?
Okay, so the character is from 10 Things I Hate About You, the movie. I love that movie, by the way. Favorite movie.
Really? Favorite?
Yes.
Out of
favorite.
every movie?
Out of every movie.
You've seen all the movies you've ever seen, that's number one.
I mean, I haven't watched a lot of movies.
Right, but the ones you've seen,
Yeah.
10 Things I Hate About You ranks number one.
It's so romantic and cutesy. Like, you can't tell me it's not.
I'm not saying it's not. I like the movie. I like it. It's maybe
Right? Standard?
maybe top 100,
Oh.
but top one. That's big time. Okay.
Anyway, so
Anyway.
character, Cass Stratford. Don't quote me on that. I don't know how to say her last name.
Okay.
But anyway, it's the poem from the movie, and it's basically, she got heartbroken, so sad, and she had to write into a poem for her class project thing. And during that, she gets chosen up to read her poem. Wow, I said poem a lot in that. But anyway, it's just.
So but this is sort of the moment in the movie where she's sort of stating the 10 things she hates about him,
Yeah, pretty much.
right? But really, what's the truth?
She's really just letting all her feelings out because she wants him to know how she feels, but she also doesn't want him to know.
But how does she really feel?
She feels,
She loves him, right?
yeah, she loves him.
Like she wishes he would just say sorry and like be with her or whatever, but she's got to say I hate you because it hurts less, maybe. Yeah?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Good. All right. Cool. Yeah, a little hint. If you're on the next chair, you will be next. Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
Brinley.
Hi, Brinley. Brinley, tell us your character in the role.
Her name is Ella Kay. I had to come up with it myself.
Okay. Is it a standalone monologue?
Mm-hmm.
What's it about?
It's about this girl that tells her best friend that she is like in love with him, but he rejected her, so now she's just like telling him all of her feelings. Just to sort of like, I guess, tell him how mad she is at him, but also to tell him how hurt she was by what he did and how he did it.
So is she gonna probably not be friends anymore?
Probably not.
Yeah, I would say good idea. All right. So how'd you come up with the name?
I don't know. I just felt like she'd be an Ella.
Fair enough. Anything else we should know that would give us more context for the monologue?
Well, you'd probably need to know that right before she comes up to him and says this, he's like purposefully ignoring her because he rejected her, so now he feels like awkward around her. So he's purposefully avoiding her and like shutting her out so that he doesn't have to deal with it. And she's really mad about that because she feels more hurt by that than the rejection.
Sure. So would it be fair to say that if this monologue were enacted the way you would hope, that the beginning of this would be some sort of a her gaining his attention moment?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll look for that. Thank you. Hello.
Hello.
Your name, please.
Haley.
Hi, Haley. Tell me about your monologue and character.
My character's name is Ponyboy Curtis, and he's from The Outsiders.
Okay. And what's going on?
So, he's a part of this group of friends, and two of them are his brothers. And one of them does something that like really changes their life. And because of that, they had to get another friend in it, and then eventually they had to run away.
So if somebody hadn't seen this movie before, what do you think they need to know? Like what would provide really great context for us to understand what's happening in the monologue? Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Like as brief as possible. Like the main what's going on.
one of the person who he's talking about in the monologue, he's like he robbed a store and then he's like running away from the police.
Okay. That's the person he's talking about.
Yeah.
Who's he talking to?
This monologue, it's like basically in like an essay to
Oh.
his English teacher.
Okay. So he's kind of talking to his English teacher and kind of having an inner monologue?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. And then who are you connected to the guy? Who?
Just like a close friend, like a brother almost.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you. Is that everybody? All right. Okay, so for the next section here, Brian's going to come in. He will announce everybody. I'm going to make a reminder for the actors. When you come in, you'll find who you're talking to through the camera, beyond the camera. We don't want to look at the audience. When we get an applause, the applause will happen. Your name got called. You're going to come in character, looking for the person that you're talking to, soaking in your moment before. The applause is for energy. So we don't want to come in and be like, and looking for mom and dad and making waves or whatever. We want to be in the moment. And then a little history lesson, so you know about applauses. When it comes to your bow, the bow in history comes from an actor's exhaustion, from giving everything they have, physically, spiritually, and the audience claps for them, and they just collapsed. And that was the bow. And it's been misused over time. And actors will be like, it's all about me and I'm the star. And it's like, no, it's like, did you give everything you had? And it's your way of saying thank you to the audience. I really appreciate you coming and being here with me. So it's not a for you, it's actually your way of thanking them back, is saying I gave you everything I had. So I'm a stickler about the that first moment when you come in and how you exit. I think your entrance and exit is important. So that is it. We're going to get into our positions. So we'll have first actor is going to be backstage. Second actor will be at the table. And then as soon as you hear the applause, we'll make the rotation. Okay? Here we go.
Just in case. Yep, that's great.
Bless you.
I can be your first set while I talk to them anyway. While they're getting set really quick, I'm just going to give one of the announcements so that I don't have to give it at the end. For what this is, Matt talked about Showcase and what we're doing. So as a reminder, as soon as you guys get home, the first thing you should do is set up your evaluation meeting for next week. So these Zoom meetings, they go pretty quickly. So what I would do first is set that meeting to make sure you get one that fits inside your schedule and inside their schedule. We put out a bunch of times, but it is a big program between the kids, teens, and adults. So I would start with that. Your meeting is basically breaking down the evaluation form they will fill out. If they show up at the meeting without doing the eval form, then we will just send them out and tell them to do another one, because that's a huge part of it, is like breaking it down and then us being able to look at it ahead of time and break it down for them. So make sure to watch that even with them maybe, and like kind of go through it with them a little and have them break it all down. If they're a returning student who've been here for a minute, then make sure to go through and like have them look at some of their past ones, like Matt said earlier about comparison. Just announcing some of that. Did you get that sheet for me? Is Alex in here? Did she get that sheet? Put it on my desk. I just want to announce a couple things while they're filing. Can you bring that to me?
Is it this?
One with the teens. Yeah. So this is something I want to just keep on doing just as an encouragement. You can put that one over there because that's the adult one. About who's been here and continuing with the growth. So I haven't looked at yours. I'd be interested to see from your kid and then back to here. It'd be kind of cool. But for the rest, Jordan has been with us for 3.3 years. So it's really exciting. She's continuing to grow, and she's come so far in that time. It's absolutely crazy. Isabella has been here for, now it's coming into, almost 3 years now. So we're just about to hit that 3-year mark next month. So that's really exciting for her, really cool. Brindley's coming up to, and this is actually her second year, like today, like this month is your second year in our program, which is super cool. Yeah, congratulations on that. Love that. And Haley, same, you're at 1.8 years, so you'll be coming up in this next quarter pretty close to your second year. So these students who are just starting out, it's like when you're walking, you can't always see that, and it's like, it's really cool when we stay committed. You can look back and you'll see great moments and really emotional moments. You'll be like, oh, they're so good, but it's also like, yeah, but they also put in a lot of work and time. So really good work on that, guys. I think, are we all set backstage? Yep. Okay, great. Okay, cool.
So is Jaden gone?
He's just not here today, yeah, but he'll be back next month. Yeah. Okay. Our first performer is going to be Aditi performing Mia Thermopolis. Let's give her a big round of applause. All right. Woo! Yeah.
Hi. Hello. My name's Mia. I'm really no good at speech making. I usually get so nervous I faint or run away. Sometimes I even get sick. But I'm not so scared anymore. You see, earlier this evening, I had every intention of giving up my claim to the throne. But then I realized, how would I feel after abdicating my role as Princess of Genovia? Would I feel sad? Would I feel relieved? And then I realized how many stupid times a day I use the word I. If I took a second to think about any of the other 7 billion people in the world, that would be a much better use of my time. You see, if I were Princess of Genovia, then the thoughts of me and people smarter than me would be much better heard.
Give a round of applause. Woo! All right, Aditi. Okay. Okay, our next performer is Liliana performing the monologue, The New Kid. Let's get a round of applause.
There's this new girl. Her name's Ashley, and my teacher told me to be nice to her. So I asked if she wanted to come sit with me. And she said no, in front of everyone. I couldn't believe it. So at that moment, I decided to stop being nice and said, whatever, new kid. Everyone laughed, but truthfully, something in my heart just didn't feel right. So I told my dad about the whole situation, and he agreed that her embarrassing me in public was totally rude. But he also reminded me of when our family had to move and how nervous I was when I was the new kid. I might have said no also. So tomorrow I'm going to ask her the same question, but this time, if she says no, I'll ask, why not? Dad expects I'll get better results than when I did with the whole public humiliation thing, and I know he's totally right.
Scene. Yeah, nailed it. Oh, yeah. I just want to say, great job putting in the work. Okay, so she wasn't here this last week, right? It was last week you missed. So she came in early, did a little private lesson with the staff to just get herself in the right headspace for today. So great job putting in the work. One more round of applause. Good job. All right, next up is Jordan performing the monologue, Eyes Shut. Woo! Yeah. Give a little more energy to that. Come on, Jordan.
You don't know what's going on. I do. So if you want to keep your eyes shut to the whole world, then the least you could do is hear me out. Now, it's not what you think it is. No, you don't know my life, but I know yours, and I've done everything to keep it that way. So you could go on thinking that people are good and kind, and that should make sense, because I love that about you, but I can't. I'm good with the Lord. I'm fine with Him, and I know how you were raised, all right? And I know how people think out there. They got to tell you that thou shalt not kill and all of that, but that's not the way the world works, Selby, because I'm out there every day living it.
People do kill each other every day, and for what? For politics, for religion, and they're heroes because of it. Scene.
Yeah, good job, Joey. Good job.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Next up is Gabriella, aka Gabby, performing the monologue Hurts. Let's give her a round of applause. Woo.
I have to tell you, what you said to me wasn't nice. It doesn't make you cool or funny. It just makes you mean. You don't have to make other people look bad just to make yourself look good. I'm going to forgive you though, because I don't want to be mad at you. I don't want to be mad at anybody. Guess I just let you to know.
Scene. Yeah, Gabby! All right, good job. Come on. Okay, our next performer is going to be Sawyer, performing the monologue This Is the Time. Round of applause.
This is the time to screw up. Date all the wrong people. Learn by doing. This is the time to see what you've really got. See if you can hack it. Search your new city, your new feelings. Be honest. Because for this brilliant little window, the world is daring you to do something big. Expecting you to fail and try and scream and pry. Be brave and foolish, searching and strong. For these few years, you're free and forgiven. Let loose to create and shatter. Get stronger, get smarter, sharpen your blade and pick up some scars. It's on you right now to find what's new and next. To find your match. To find yourself. 60 years from now, when the scars have become lessons and the risks have become rewards, these are the images that will surface. These are the years you'll remember. This is the time.
Scene. Yeah! All right, bro. Come on now. Let's go. Okay, next up we've got Colt performing By Myself Adapted. Let's get a round of applause.
If I can say, if you don't mind me saying, I don't care if Leah wishes to go with another guy to prom. I only want what is best for Leah. I'm not the jealous type. I'm not. Of course, I would rather Leah go with me, but I can't force her hand. I'm sure this other fella should be a nice guy. Who am I to judge or have a say? It's not like we can't still dance, right? We can still dance, right? I like to dance. If I can have one dance with you, then it would all be worth it. It would all be worth it even if I went alone. Because I would have that memory of dancing with you. And one dance with you is all I need. You make me feel special, Leah. What I'm trying to say is, I just want you to be happy. Even if it's not with me.
Scene. Yeah! Come on now. Okay. Next up, we've got Isabella performing the monologue When You're Held at Gunpoint. Let's get a round of applause.
They say when you're held at gunpoint to start talking about yourself, which is weird because we were always told not to talk to strangers. If the easiest way to survive the worst stranger of all is to tell them everything about yourself, your favorite food, your siblings if you had any, your enemies. You know, you were always the enemy in my life. You brought every moment down just by being there. You made me feel like an awful person all the time. But maybe if you would have told me a little bit more about you, something as simple as your favorite color, I could have sympathized with you. And I could have realized that I was the one holding the gun all along. And scene.
Yeah, all right. Woo! Next up, we've got Ava performing a monologue, My Dog Died, adapted. Woo! Come on, Ava! All right. Don't lose that energy, team. Come on.
My dog died. I don't know if you remember, but I had a beagle. He was my best friend. But one day last month, I went out to feed him, and he didn't come bounding out of his little red doghouse like he usually does. I called his name. No response. I called out his name again and kneeled down. Still nothing. Then, cowering in the corner was my dog. His eyes were wide and there was an excessive amount of saliva dripping from his mouth. And he looked frightened and frightening at the same time. But then my parents called the pet control, and later that day, he was put down. Scene.
Yeah. Next up, we've got Calais performing 10 Things I Hate About You. Let's give her a round of applause. Come on.
I hate the way you talk to me, the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much. It makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme. I hate it when you're always right. I hate it when you lie. I hate it when you make me laugh. Even worse, when you make me cry. I hate it when you're not around and the fact you didn't call. But mostly, I hate the way I don't hate you. Not even close. Not even a little bit. Not even at all.
Scene. Yeah, I like it. Yeah. Next up, we've got Brynley performing Unrequited Love Adapted. Round of applause.
Yes, Brittany.
I was terrified of love for some unknown reason, and I never found it until it found me. It was the worst and best thing that had ever happened in my entire life, because it was so beautiful to feel so deeply for someone and not feel the fear of falling. For my best friend, someone I could spend hours talking to. Only you didn't feel it too. Maybe you can ignore it, or fate is sick and twisted and Cupid only hit me. So I love you. I love you, and it absolutely sucks because you don't feel the same for me. You could list all the reasons why we would never work out for each other, and I still wouldn't be able to stop. Believe me, I wish I could. I wish I hated you or just didn't care at all. But instead, I'm stuck hurting, stuck loving you. But I'll have to get over you. Because I love you, and you don't love me.
Scene. Yeah. Oh yeah. I wasn't Dare gonna cut it at the wrong time. So yeah. All right, our last performance is going to be Haley performing Dally Winstone's Death. Let's get a big round of applause. What's that? Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you want to get it in the photo, though. That'd be cool.
We reached the vacant lot just as Dally came in, running as hard as he could from the opposite direction. The wail of a police siren grew louder, and then a police car pulled up from across the street. Doors slammed as policemen leaped out. Dally had reached a circle of light from under the street lamp, and, skidding to a halt, he turned and jerked a black object from his waistband. I remembered his voice. I've been carrying a heater. It ain't loaded, but it sure does help a bluff. It was only yesterday that Dally had told Johnny and me that. But yesterday was years ago, a lifetime ago. Dally raised the gun, and I thought, you blasted fool. They don't know you're only bluffing. And even as the policeman's gun spit fire into the night, I knew that was what Dally wanted. He was jerked half around by the impact of the bullets, then slowly crumpled with a look of grim triumph on his face. He was dead before he hit the ground. But I knew that was what he wanted. Even as the lot echoed. No.
Take a breath.
Even as the policeman's gun spit fire into the night, even as I begged silently, please, not him and Johnny both, I knew he would be dead, because Dally Winston wanted to be dead, and he always got what he wanted.
Sing. Yeah, there you go. Alright, students, we're going to get up real quick for a photo, so let's come on up. And then you can change right after that.
Right, tall ones in the back.
But, I mean, it's such a great outfit. I don't want to miss it from the photo.
In the front. Are we doing a
Pretend that you only have a box from here
Yeah,
to
just like
here.
you talked about. Maybe a couple people come down.
So people can get on the ground.
I should go on the ground. I'm so short. Oh, yeah. My bad.
Okay, are we doing?
They're all going on.
Oh, okay.
Are we good? Squish in, squish in. My legs hurt. No. This side, move in, move in. Yeah, that's what's up. Yee, big cheese. Yay! Now make a silly, goofy face. Now show each other your silly, goofy faces. Now do something in character.
Wait.
Towards each other in character?
Yay! Good job, guys.
Oh, you know how the Princess Diaries sunglasses.
Pose!
We're going to do a smiley for anyone who wants to take a photo, like officially. You can kind of stand up and kind of like come in space. You can move up here real quick if you want.
Get up here, guys.
Yeah.
Something to say.
Yeah, come on into the space.
Aw, pretty people.
Like, which one do I look at? Alright guys, let's give them another round of applause. For all our work. Yeah, you can have it.
Good job, guys.
That was wicked. Didn't mean to.
We'll wrap up, so let's grab a seat. Grab a seat. We're not quite done yet. You can go change though.
It's fine.
You're fine? Okay. Alright, let's settle back in, guys. I'm going to wrap up our showcase. A couple announcements and stuff. Okay. They're like, we're done, I'm out. Sorry, wasn't super clear on that. So first things first, I just want to talk about this group real quick and the work you guys put in. I'm super proud of this group for all of the effort you guys put into working your monologues and the characters. And so my encouragement to you guys moving outside of this is to obviously keep moving that into our next section, but also to not set these aside. To not just put them in the back pocket and then move on to the next thing and forget about them. Because we had some really great, really emotional, really awesome performances. And so these would be great monologues for auditioning. And the best part about a monologue is that if somebody just wants to see what you got, you don't need anybody there. You can just perform it immediately. So keep refining these. Keep having them ready in case somebody asks for them. You're ready to perform. Okay. The next section we're going to move into is commercials. Yeah, give it up. We'll do that. Yeah, good. We have 4 people excited about commercials. Here's why commercials are really important. Parents, students, okay? I get asked all the time about agents. I get asked all the time about getting, starting to do more film and do more. You have to be good at commercials in Arizona to be able to do that, okay? It's a commercial market. So the next 3 months are probably one of the most important months as far as like the marketplace here in Arizona and working the stuff that they're going to actually audition for out here, okay? So the next 3 months are going to be really fun. We're going to be doing lots of audition stuff. We're going to be doing different commercials week to week, and then we'll be showcasing that after 3 months there. When we get to our evals, if you have any questions about some of that and what this quarter might look like, students, write them down. Write down some of those questions, not just based on what you performed today, but also about some of the things you have, because I heard even people beforehand ask me about agency stuff and stuff like that. The other great thing for that is Matt's book, Acting is My Day Job. If you've never read it, it's incredible. It's basically all the 17 plus years of knowledge we have of running this place and being in this industry right here in Arizona at your disposal, so you can learn and grow from that on a quick basis, okay? The other thing that's really exciting is we have our Valleywood movie camps coming up. Yep. Yeah, give it up. Come on, come on, come on. If you're already in camp, for me, stand up real quick so I can see those who are already in camp. One of the 2 camps this summer. A few of you are already there. Yeah, give it up for these 3. It's exciting. Yeah, yeah. Come on, give it up, give it up. Come on, yeah, thank you. You're also doing it, aren't you? I think you are, yeah. The camp, yeah. So, so he's like, oh yeah, I am, totally. You talked to my dad. But yeah, if you're not, what it is they're going to make a movie in a week. Matt does all this work to work on building a really incredible script of a spoof movie, okay? And so in 4 days, they film an entire short movie, and then on the 5th day, we do a rough scissor premiere here in the studio, where just like each student gets 2 tickets for their parents to watch the rough cut, okay? Then in November, we put up a final cut in a Harkins, over off Harkins in the 101, and they get to go and watch it on the big screen, which is a huge part of what this camp's about. Is about students having the opportunity to not only just work on set, learn what it's like to be on set, to do their own film, to get their own reel, but then also to see themselves on that big screen and be able to build from that confidence and see what it feels like. And so if you've ever done Valleywood, you know it's such a fun experience. It's really great. If you've done Valleywood, maybe even share with somebody on the way out sort of what that was like. But if you have any questions, Matt and I are around to talk about that. We'd be happy to share. The first camp is going to be the Chocolate Heist, which will be a remake of Ocean's 11. Yes. So we'll be basically making a heist movie centered around a school where the students are trying to steal chocolate. It's going to be really, really fun. And then the second one is going to be the Missing Cell Phone, which is going to be a film noir, which is all black and white, detectives, like really, really fun. They're going to have the trench coats and like asking about like where everything is. They're both just so amazing. We bring in all real set professionals. So there's going to be real cinematographers, real editors, like all of that here, and they'll be able to learn from those people and ask good questions. So again, Matt and I are around to ask that if you have any questions about that. For those who are in camp, we're excited to have you. It's going to be really fun. Let me just make sure. I think I got everything there. Just want to make sure I don't miss anything. What's that?
Oh,
hey, that's it.
Okay, I was talking to myself.
Oh, you're talking to yourself? Great.
Yes.
Again, great work, everybody. Parents, thank you so much. We are ending a little early, but let's get a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Have a great week off. We'll see you guys next quarter. Let's go. Woo!